Three most important concepts from the Limited Liability Partnership Act for CA Foundation Law exam. These are those concepts which are very frequently asked in the exam. So without wasting any time, let us discuss them. Now, this is my chart book for CA Foundation Law. It has charts for all the acts. We have simplified the concept, put them in charts. It is very useful for learning the concept as well as last minute revision. After the charts, you will also find pages for writing practice, where we have given you spaces and you can write and practice the provisions. Now, I have already filled because this is a part of my revision writing practice batch for CA Foundation Law. I'm leaving a link of the chart book as well as the writing practice batch in the description box. Please enroll so that we can write and practice and get maximum marks in the law exam. All right, students. So I have identified three questions which are very, very frequently asked in the exam. The first concept which I have identified from the LLP Act is characteristics of LLP. Now, a theory question is generally asked from this chapter. Will they ask us to write all the characteristics? I don't think so. They may ask you to write maybe 5 or 6, or they may say that list all the characteristics of LLP and explain any 3, explain any 5. Now, the weightage of this chapter is around 5 to 10 marks. So, I feel that yes, they may ask you to write all the characteristics. In that case, a 7-mark question may be asked and they will ask just one question from LLP, but we don't know. So, I am preparing you for all the characteristics in case a theory or a case-based question is asked. We are prepared. All right. Now, students, what I have done is, this is a part of my revision lecture. So in my revision lecture, some writing practice, the writing practice batch, we use this chart book, we revise the entire concept and then we write and practice. So what I have done, in order to save time, I have kept this note as it is. Okay, it is a part of my revision practice batch. So I have kept the note as it is. What you do is, you can pause the video and write this in your notebook. So 1.5 days before the exam, just go through this particular chart and your characteristics of LLP will be revised. Okay, so I have not deleted my lecture note. So yes, let us discuss. Now we'll quickly go through the characteristics and I am giving you time to pause the video and copy it in your book. Okay, now LLP is a body corporate. Yes, it is a separate person in the eyes of law, having separate legal status, separate identity in the eyes of law. It is capable of contracting in its own name. Now, in case a question is asked and you want to explain the characteristic, these 2 points are sufficient. You can simply elaborate these points in the exam. Okay, now it is a body corporate, it has separate legal status, it is capable of contracting in its own name. How to form an LLP? You need just minimum 2 persons to incorporate LLP. Maximum, there is no limit to the number of members or partners. Okay, so formation requires minimum 2 persons. How will you elaborate this in the exam? So LLP can be incorporated with just 2 persons. Yes. It can be formed for carrying on business for earning profit only. It means you cannot start a business in LLP where your aim is not to earn profit. So a non-profit organization cannot be incorporated as LLP. This is how I will explain what I have written. So you can, now what is the first point of explanation that you will write? That LLP can be incorporated to carry on business for earning profit only. That is why I have put tick mark. Okay, for profit only. It cannot be incorporated as a non-profit organization. This is how you explain. So 2 points of explanation. Just by making this arrow and writing this, we can create 2 points of explanation. So this is how I teach you writing practice in my lecture. So my writing practice batch actually covers how to simplify the concept, learn, so that you can recall it in the exam. All right. Okay. So perpetual succession is the next characteristic. The LLP's existence is not affected by death, insolvency, insanity, or retirement of the partners. It continues to exist till it is wound up. It has a separate legal status in the eyes of law. Yes, the creditors can sue the LLP, but the creditors cannot sue the partners. Okay. Creditors can sue the LLP. See how I have written. Creditors can sue the LLP because it is a separate person. But The creditors cannot sue the partners, even partners cannot sue the creditors, because your contract is with the LLP. It has a separate person. So your contract is with the LLP. You can file a case against LLP. It has limited liability. It means the liability of the partners is limited to the capital contribution. They are not personally liable. LLP is an artificial person. It is created by the operation of law. Since it is created by the operation of law, it can be brought to an end also by operation of law. It may have a common seal. The word may shows that it is not compulsory. You may have a common seal, you may not have a common seal. In case you have a common seal, then it must be affixed in the presence of at least 2 designated partners. So what I have written, common seal is nothing but the signature of the company, okay? Signature of the LLP. So signature word, it will help us to recall. I need to elaborate that that common seal is the signature of LLP. First explain what is a common seal. Then it is optional. If you have a common seal, then the affixation must be in the presence of at least 2 designated partners. So you can actually elaborate and create 3 points of explanation. LLP agreement, yes, you can have your own LLP agreement. In case you don't have an LLP agreement, then the first schedule will apply. So you can have your own schedule, or in absence, follow the first schedule. There's no mutual agency. Like, I'm not responsible for act of the other partners. They are not responsible for my act. Partners are not liable for the act of each other. LLP, in fact, is responsible. Minimum, we need 2 partners. Maximum, there is no limit. The management is in the hands of the partners. And yes, you have designated partners who look after the compliance requirements. Accounts need to be prepared and also audited. E-filing of documents with the ROC. Compromise and arrangement, whatever is the procedure, will be specified in the LLP agreement. We will follow that procedure. Conversion into LLP. Now, in case you want to convert a partnership firm into LLP, then follow Schedule 2. If you want to convert a private company into LLP, Schedule 3. If you want to convert an unlisted public company into LLP, follow Schedule 4. The procedure is given over there. Foreign LLP. Yes, a foreign LLP can also become a partner in an Indian LLP. It is incorporated outside India, but it has a place of business in India. The Indian Partnership Act does not apply to LLP. Students, please note that the concept of foreign LLP is also important for exam. It's a very small concept, but yes, separate questions can be asked. So this is the answer for characteristics of LLP. The next concept which I have identified important for exam is the provisions relating to the name. Okay, so reservation of name, change of name, rectification of name, all that will be covered. Section important 15, 16 and 17. So you need to learn these sections. Question, mostly a theory question will be asked on this. See, whenever you want to decide the name of LLP, the name should end with the words limited liability partnership, or it can end with the words LLP. It should not be registered in a name which is undesirable, identical, or it resembles the name of an LLP or a registered or a company or a registered trademark owner. If suppose it is resembling, then central government will direct the LLP and they will have to change it within 3 months. I had also given you an elaborate note during my lecture, so please refer that. Otherwise, this much is sufficient. Okay. If you have been given a direction by the central government, you have to change the name within 3 months. If you don't, then the central government will allot a new name and ROC will immediately issue a new certificate of incorporation. But yes, that still allows the LLP to voluntarily change the name by following the procedure given in section 60. Reservation of name. Yes, your application, if I want to apply for a new name, application has to be made to the registrar. In case of change of name also, application will be made to the registrar. The registrar will reserve the new name for a period of 3 months, can also be asked as a small 1 or 2 mark question. But yes, you need to learn this. Okay, you need to learn the provisions relating to name. So that is the second concept which I have identified. The third concept which I have identified is the concept of small LLP. It is very similar to small company. The logic is also same. So definition is important. The section number is also important. It will be basically asked as a theory question, or they may say that is it eligible to be a small LLP? Do we need to give privileges, etc. So in this case, the contribution does not exceed 25 lakhs or any other higher amount. Whatever higher amount is set, please don't set it more than 5 crores. They are given a recommendation. And the turnover as per the statement of accounts and solvency does not exceed 40 lakhs. Now, in the exam, ma'am, is it compulsory to write all this, or any higher amount as may be prescribed, not exceeding? Do we need to write all this? If you can remember, of course, you should write it. If you don't remember, it is sufficient if you write that the contribution does not exceed rupees 25 lakhs or the turnover is less than rupees 40 lakhs. Then it will get the status of a small LLP. And it meets any other requirements as maybe described. Can be asked, it has been asked in the past also. Registered office, I have given all the important concepts in my chart book. I don't know which one to leave now. Okay, so registered office of LLP also, yes, once a question was asked. It was a very off kind of a question, but yes, question was asked from the registered office. But three major concepts which I have identified. One is the small LLP, other provisions relating to the name clause, and mainly characteristics of LLP. So students, this was our quick run through of the important concepts of LLP. You can purchase my chart book from my website theapritiagarwal.com, and the writing practice batch lectures are also available. Currently they are available in Hindi English mix, but very soon we are going to launch the English only batch also. All right, let's meet in the next lecture. If you have missed the important concepts of earlier acts, I'm leaving a link in the description box. Do go through those important concept list. Okay, go through those videos. Students, in case you have any doubt, please feel free to contact me. My WhatsApp number is given in the description box. If you want me to analyze your answer paper of ICAI, okay, you may have attempted the September attempt, June attempt. So if you feel that, ma'am, my ICAI booklet, please review it and please tell me my mistakes, please share that on my WhatsApp number. I will definitely give you my feedback. All right. All the best for your exam. I will see you in my next session.